Hi folk, hope you're well. So, this video, James 3 verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. Okay? That last word was a bit difficult for me at this time in the night, but there you go. So, yes. I was just talking to God about this. Yeah. So, yeah. I said to God, if I go to that river church in Elgin, in Scotland, yeah, if I go to that church, I can tell them, I can prove I was right. I can. Quite easily. Because, yeah, banning people is from the world. So when you ban people from your church and your coffee thing and that sort of crap, then you're completely from the world. And when you have a worship conference and the last songs are saying, we only trust Jesus, and the other song says it's all about Jesus. Well, excuse me, what did the Son of God actually say? He was saying it's about the Father. He said worship the Father, pray to the Father, and give all the glory to the Father, because all your fruit, the Father helped you to get that. Yeah. So when you're saying it's all about Jesus, that's a lie. That means that song is from the devil, not from God. And when you're singing, we only trust Jesus, you're saying that the Lord was lying. And that's from the devil as well. So therefore, you did a worship conference, and the last two songs, at least the last two songs, maybe all of them, you were worshipping who? You weren't worshipping God with those songs, were you? With lies? No. You can't be worshipping God with songs that has lies in it. Right? Yeah. Again, okay, let's change that a little bit. Because with truth, okay, you could use a world song and change the words to make it truth. And when you're singing that song, the words in the song could be lies, but what you're singing is truth. Therefore, you're still worshipping God when you're singing most of the things from that song. Yes? Even though that song could be from the devil. But when you change the words to make it truth, make it about God, then you're worshipping God. But people think because they're in a church, every song they sing is about worshipping God. No. That has never been true. Every song you sing, you're worshipping God by singing that song. Never. That's never been true. Never been true. I'm not saying it's never been true in one church, but in every church, it's never been true. No. No. Because a lot of the songs, most of the songs, were written for the wrong reason. For money, for people to like you and think you were so good, and whatever. Whatever the reason was, it wasn't God giving them the words or etc. So therefore, yeah, I'm not judging the people who wrote it because we make mistakes. So we make mistakes, yes. The problem is, again, if you're doing a worship conference, then basically you're supposed to be led by God, because what's the point in having a worship conference if you're not going to God about it? Right? For me, yeah, right? Come on. Yeah. And banning people, where's that from? That's from where? That's from the world. So therefore, come on. That pastor and the leaders in that church, all of them, are all going to hell. All of them. But what they do and how they do it, they're going to hell because of that. So stupid. Again, yeah, I would say to anyone who is a leader in a church, don't tell people you are a teacher unless you use truth. Unless you care about truth more than anything else, don't tell people you're a teacher. Tell people you are a pastor if you want. But a teacher, because again, sorry, James 3:1, if you tell people you are a teacher, even if you're not a teacher, you'll be judged worse by what you teach people. If you're teaching people that, if something happens, you ban people from that, that's cancel culture. Cancel culture, sorry, that's completely judging people. Completely. Condemning people as well. Not forgiving people. And God's word says, do not judge, do not condemn, and forgive. It says, if you do judge and you do condemn and not forgive, you will be judged, you'll be condemned and not forgiven. Right? That's why I said all the people in charge of that church, the river church, will be judged, condemned and not forgiven. Why? Because it's easier to do the world's way, and then people in the church who are from the world will love you. Silly.